Okay. Ready? Okay. Okay. All right. Good evening. Welcome to the June 15th, 2020 Special Public Council meeting. Can I have roll call, please?
Councilman Sakala?
Here.
Councilman Nasseri?
Here.
Councilman Tanella?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Peterson?
Here.
Here. I'm sorry?
No.
No.
Okay.
He's not on board.
Okay. Please rise for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Public notice in accordance with the provision of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10-4-1. Please take notice that the Township Council of the Township of Cedar Grove will conduct a special public meeting on Monday, June 15th, 2020 at 7 o'clock p.m. via conference call in the council chambers of the municipal building. The purpose of the meeting is to conduct a public hearing and adopt the 2020 municipal budget and 2020 solid waste collection district budget and introduction of the bond ordinance number 20-861. Official action will be taken. The previously scheduled staff meeting will immediately follow. The public will be able to listen to the meeting and participate during public comment by calling 1-866-305-0232 and entering the participant code 933490 on the day and time of the meeting. So, okay. And to start the meeting, I just wanted to say a few words. As we all know, Robbie Vargo had to step down as mayor. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank him for all of his time and hard work that he has done on this council. He's done a lot of great things for Cedar Grove. He's spent a tremendous amount of time, hard work, dedication to the people of this community. And we are all grateful for that, and we thank him for his service. Unfortunately, he had to step down due to some family things. As we all know, we are all volunteers here in this capacity, and it takes a tremendous amount of time away from our family and other obligations. And that's kind of why Robbie had to step down. So I just wanted to take this moment to thank him for his service. Okay. So number two on. No.
Yes?
Hel-
Here.
Hello?
Yes? They're muted.
Okay. Also, there will be public comment during this meeting. Everyone on the phone is muted, and when it's time for the public to be able to make comment, we will unmute the phone. We will call out the last four digits of your number. If you have comment, please make your comment. If you do not, please just say no comment so we can move on to the next number. Okay. Number two, public hearing. A, to consider adoption of 2020 municipal budget.
Mayor, you want to open it up for public hearing?
We want to open this part of the meeting up for public hearing to consider adoption of 2020 municipal budget. Mr. Tucci, do you have?
Yes, I just like to give a quick overview for any member of the public before we open it up to the public. This year's proposed general appropriation is $16,184,249. That's as compared to $15,992,016 in 2019, which reflects an increase of $192,233. Overall, we are well within our cap of 2%. Actually, we're $417,490 under that cap. Our net valuation of taxes is $2,217,931,700. Our local tax rate is 0.516 as opposed to 0.507 last year. The average assessed home in Cedar Grove will be valued at $469,600. which is up from $468,200. And the average assessed home approximately for a tax point is $51.60. So tax point valuation in Cedar Grove is $221,793. The average local tax levy in Cedar Grove is projected to be $2,423.14. Take under consideration, we're only 19% of the 100% tax bill. So that $2,400 represents that 19%, or equating to $49.37 per point, all right? So overall, our taxes are going up slightly. I think it's less than 2%, and we are well within the cap, and that's the proposed budget. We initially had the introduction of this a few weeks back, and we'll entertain any comments or questions regarding the budget during the open public process.
Okay.
Is there a special meeting tonight? Hello?
Yes, this is the special meeting right now.
Have been muted. You can unmute your line.
I'm getting messages people aren't able to hear anything.
Hello, I'm trying to. All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star.
As they call in, they're popping up, and then he mutes them.
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6.
So we need to, I'm sorry, Mayor, do
That's
you
okay.
need to open up the meeting?
She
to the
needs
public?
to open up the meeting to
Right.
the public at this point for any
Yep.
public comment
Okay.
on the municipal budget item only.
Right, okay, so I'd like to open the meeting up for public comment on the municipal budget only now. So if anyone would like to comment on the municipal budget, we are going to unmute you, say the last 4 digits of your number, and please either comment or say no comment. Thank you.
Seems that maybe town hall is muted as well. Can you guys unmute you so we can all hear?
No one can hear.
Mute on. Mute off.
Hi, I'm trying to unmute myself.
That's what they don't want them to do. This is the problem. They're unmuting themselves, so.
They can all hear each other, but they can't hear
Is
us.
the meeting starting?
The microphone is live.
Yeah.
Ask if they can hear you.
I can't tell.
idea. I haven't heard anyone speak from the town.
I haven't heard anyone either. I'm just a member of the community. I don't know if is town council on
What?
here?
Could you hear us now?
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this is the council meeting.
Okay.
Maybe you should announce we're going back into the public section, the public comment.
Yeah,
Okay.
re-announce it.
okay, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. We are on the part of the meeting to consider adoption of the 2020 municipal budget. The meeting is now open to anyone who would like to comment on the municipal budget only. The last 4 digits of your number will be called. If you have a comment, please make a comment. If you do not, say no comment. Thank you.
4364.
4364.
4364, do you have a comment? On the budget. Okay,
2711.
2711,
just,
next number.
Jeff?
8730.
8730. Silence seems on.
are they unmuted?
3678.
3678.
Is he unmuted?
Are you able to hear us?
We're able to hear you. We're able to hear you now, but I don't think anyone knows what they'd be commenting on, or at least I don't, because the first 8 or 9 minutes of this meeting, I've heard nothing.
Okay, so the comment for this part of the meeting right now is in regards to the 2020 municipal budget. So if you have a comment regarding the 2020 municipal budget, you can make a comment now when the last 4 digits of your number is called.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
3998.
Next number?
Yeah, I would just keep.
6896.
Next.
4807.
Hi, members of the council. This is Joe Zakelli. I just want to commend the council, the governing body, and the town manager on keeping the budget under a 2% increase, especially with everything that's going on with COVID. This is a huge relief for the residents, I'm sure, and your hard work doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I need his address.
You have your address,
Oh.
please?
92 Westland Road, Cedar Grove.
Thank you.
7800.
No comment.
Thank you.
0627.
Next.
6968. Eight nine eight four.
No comment.
4751.
No comment.
1551.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Cohen. Are we allowed to ask questions or just make a comment?
Not the budget. This-
You can ask questions or make a comment in regards to the 2020 budget.
Can I get the address?
Is there anywhere online that we're allowed to see line by line what the budget is?
On the
Like how it was allocated?
I believe the budget was advertised, yes. And it used to be, when the library was open, the book was there, but it's not available. But it is online.
So no?
Yes,
No,
it is
it is-
online. It's on the town website. On the town website.
Okay, thank you.
Can I please have your can I please have your address for the record? Your name and your address.
Lindsay Cohen. Lindsay Cohen, 319 Little Falls Road, Cedar Grove.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
7732. Nine two five nine.
Hi, I also want to learn more about how the budget is allocated, so I'm currently looking it up, trying to look it up online. Could you tell me more specifically on your website where that'd be?
Have your name and address, please, for the record?
Jocelyn Lemley, 71 Westland Road, Cedar Grove.
All the municipal budgets are online. I believe goes back 3 or 4 years. They should be, and the proposed one is there also. There's a line on the website that says municipal budgets.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
2601.
Is that it? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so do I have a motion?
Mayor, I will make a motion to approve the municipal budget as set forth in the budget that's been advertised online, and I will ask for a motion at this time.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second, the only question is, Ms. Stutz, we need to read the statement in the packet?
I can read the statement.
You want to read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be it resolved that the budget hereinto set forth is hereby adopted and shall constitute an appropriation for the purposes stated of the sums therein set forth as appropriations and authorization of the amount of $10,646,071.99
Do I have to say
for
so
municipal
moved? Do we do that?
purposes, $788,600.
I can't hear very well. I can't spell it very well. Can you speak closer to microphone?
No. Can't get any closer. Be it
Said go to the lines, open it up.
Be it resolved
Yeah, it is.
by the Township Council that the budget hereinto set forth is hereby adopted and shall constitute an appropriation for the purposes stated of the sums therein, set forth as appropriations and authorization of the amount of $10,646,071.99 for municipal purposes and $688,677 as the minimum library tax.
Thank you, Kathy. Can I,
I'll move that, Mayor. So moved.
Second.
second? Okay, thank you, Kathy. Can I please have roll call?
Councilman Sakala.
Yes.
Councilman Messeri.
Yes.
Councilman Tanella.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Peterson.
Yes. Okay, item B, to consider adoption of 2020 solid waste collection district budget. Mr. Tucci?
Yes. The 2020 solid waste collection district budget for this year is proposed at $1,876,269. That's as opposed to $1,863,256 last year. There is no increase. It's at the same tax rate, the collection district, as last year. So there's a zero increase over last year.
Okay, great, thank you. This meeting, the meeting can be open right now to comments on solid waste collection district budget. So if anyone would like to make a comment, please do so now. Just, yeah, unmute them all.
Yeah.
All guests have been unmuted.
If anyone has comment, please just state your name, your address, and your comment. Thank you. Okay, seeing none, I close that portion of the meeting.
All guests have been muted.
Mayor, I make a motion
You
to
can unmute
approve
your
the
line by
2020
pressing
solid
star
waste
six.
collection district budget.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second? Second, okay. Can I have roll call, please?
Councilman Sakala.
Yes.
Councilman Messeri.
Yes.
Councilman Tanella.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Peterson.
Yes. Okay, number 3, new business. A, to consider introduction of pending bond ordinance number 20-861, reconstruction of Ozone Ave. Do I have a motion?
Mayor, I move for introduction of pending bond ordinance 20861 to be published in summary in the Verona Cedar Grove Times as a pending bond ordinance with a public hearing scheduled for July 13, 2020.
Second.
Okay. Thank you. Roll call, please.
No comment.
Oh, sorry.
Comment. There is a bond ordinance on for $275,000. That will be fully reimbursed. We got a grant from NJDOT for the reconstruction of Ozone Avenue. So we're doing the bond ordinance, but we get that money back from the state of New Jersey.
Oh, that's great. Okay, thank you so much for that. Comment on that? Yeah? I don't think so. Okay, roll call, please.
Councilman Sakala.
Yes.
Councilman Messeri.
Yes.
Councilman Tanella.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Peterson.
Yes. Number 3B, to consider resolution concerning amendment of capital budget. Mr. Tucci, do we have,
Yes.
did you want to comment? Okay.
What this is, whenever we do a bonding ordinance, you have to put a down payment down. And what happens is we amend the capital budget to take the money from there to pay for the down payment on the bonding ordinance. This capital bonding ordinance is for the reconstruction of Ozone Avenue.
Right.
As we did previously, so that's what this item is for this evening.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that explanation. Do I have a motion?
Mayor, I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Sakala.
Yes.
Councilman Missari.
Yes.
Councilman Tinella.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Peterson.
Yes. Item 3B, to consider resolution concerning self-exam of municipal budget.
Mayor, just a quick explanation on what self-exam is. The state of New Jersey examines every municipal budget of 565 municipalities in the state of New Jersey. Obviously, that's a monumental task, and they don't have a lot of people. So what happened a few years back, the state decided to go to an alternating system, meaning that they review your budget every other year, and on the off year, you do a self-examination. Your auditor has to look at it, and you do this resolution and send it to them stating that your auditor has reviewed it along with your CFO. So we're in the self-exam year of the cycle, and that's what this resolution is for.
Right, okay, great. Thank you for that explanation. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve, Mayor.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Sakala.
Yes.
Councilman Missari.
Yes.
Councilman Tinella.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Peterson.
Yes. Okay, item 4, the meeting is now open to residents of the township wishing to be heard on any item on or off the agenda concerning township business. So you can just unmute them, I guess, Jeff. If anyone has comment, please state your name and your address and your comment. Thank you. Okay.
All guests have been unmuted.
Your president, first thing you off because, this is going to be very complex. So, here's the fact.
Yes, come again.
Would anyone like to make a comment?
Those are,
Yes. But I feel like I'm doing a really cool and talking to you, to people on their old phone. And I'm like, what is this thing? I can't hear it.
Hello, if anyone would like to make a comment, please say your name and your address, and please make your comment. Thank you.
My name is Jocelyn Lemley. My address is 71 Westland Road. Can you hear me?
I can.
Sorry, I think from some background noise.
Hold on, Jeff, maybe unmute, yeah. Jocelyn, we're working on muting everyone else right now. What are the last 4 digits of your number?
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing *6.
Okay, go ahead, Jocelyn.
Okay, thank you. So my name's Jocelyn Lemley. I live at 71 Westland Road. I was pulling up the budget information as you suggested on the website, but I do only see 2019. I don't see 2020 on there. So, would there be another format that would be shared?
So it's there. It's there. The finance director posted it there.
Unless
It's also published in the
I'm looking at,
It was also published in the Verona Cedar Grove Times
On June 4th.
on June the 4th.
okay, okay, I just,
Hello, I don't know if you can hear me, Renee Vetrano, 101 Lakewood Avenue. I've been looking it up for months, and it is not there. There is no breakdown of the budget on the municipal website.
It's there.
Okay, well,
only 2019 and back.
okay, so,
Got it right now.
okay, thank you. Can we look at that tomorrow, Mr. Tucci?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Tucci's going to look at the website tomorrow. We also have the binder, the budget binder, that's, anyone can come into Town Hall at any time and look at it. Oh, we're closed.
But if you make an appointment, you could come in.
But you can make an appointment. You can call Town Hall, you can make an appointment, you can come in and you can look through the budget. But Mr. Tucci's going to look tomorrow and ensure that it is accessible online.
Yes, please do, because I'm health compromised and I don't want to come into the,
Okay,
Not a problem. Not a problem.
that would be,
Okay.
no problem. Thank you so much.
and, okay, thank you.
Also, I had everyone that has been participating in the protest yesterday, as well as trying to advocate for things to be better in Cedar Grove regarding racial injustice and systematic racism. And I guess I just kind of wanted to ask what the town council plans to do to make things better in Cedar Grove.
So, Jocelyn, thank you so much for calling in. And, you know, I just have a question. I'm a little confused because I did receive your email, and I appreciate that. But in your email, you said that you moved out of Cedar Grove years ago, but now you gave an address of 71 Westland Road. So I thought that you didn't live in Cedar Grove.
Well, I do report both addresses. So my family lives in Cedar Grove, as well as I do certain nights of the week, but I also live in Clifton.
Oh, okay.
So, as I said, I take aging parents and a dog over there, so I do report both locations
Oh.
for a number of things.
Okay. So I believe, Mr. Tucci, didn't you say you were engaging in a program for Cedar Grove?
Actually, there is a program through our joint insurance fund where there will be additional training being given to all police and town employees regarding racism and sensitivity training. Also, today, the Attorney General of the state of New Jersey came out with a program whereas all police departments have to report any excessive force complaints over the last 20 years. That'll be sent down to the Attorney General, who'll be reviewing every police department in the state of New Jersey, including Cedar Grove in that. Also, I'm sure you're aware that there was an incident in our playground on South End School with some graffiti and some horrible graphics. I'm happy to report the actor who did those have been identified, and charges are pending against that accused person, who happens to be a 14-year-old juvenile male from Clifton, New Jersey. So we're moving right along, trying to straighten out a lot of these things that are going on, and we will continue that process.
Mayor, can I have a comment?
Thank you, Mr. Tucci. Sure.
Yeah, Ms. Lemby, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, this is Councilman Tanella. Thank you for your comment. I just wanted to, clarify a point you made. You made a point saying that you're asking us as a council what we're doing to address racial injustice, and that, based upon that question, I know my interpretation is that you're assuming that we, at least I feel that there's racial injustice in Cedar Grove, and I myself don't feel that there is. Obviously, we are always looking to improve as a community. However, I just wanted to be clear on, the question that you raised, and my point of view on that. Second, you mentioned the protest yesterday, and as you know, that protest was run by a private group. Wasn't endorsed by Cedar Grove, wasn't endorsed by the township here or the governing body. That was a private group that organized that protest. And lastly, for your information, for me personally, and I'm sure I could speak on behalf of my colleagues, I support our law enforcement and our police department in Cedar Grove. And one of the things I was going to report on tonight is to thank our chief who's here with us tonight and our police officers for a job that they do very well day in, day out, especially more so now than ever. And I just wanted to be clear on that for your information.
Yes, and a part of my concerns, I think, go a little deeper than just the playground graffiti and things like that. And I was hoping that this would be an open conversation to acknowledge systemic racism and how to combat that, so that we can all, I would imagine, I would hope that the town council supports a welcoming, inclusive, and diverse Cedar Grove, as I would hope you do. And I think it concerns me to not acknowledge that it exists, if I may be blunt. So, for example, when you research online statistics, it does state that is 359% more likely to face police force when getting pulled over than a white person in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. So, that's a part of the things that concerns me, and I will be honest, when I drive through Cedar Grove often, and I think many people in town do know this, that if someone is driving through town while black, they seem to have more officers there to pull them over, and I just don't understand that. Why when a white person gets pulled over, it's only one cop, but when a black person gets pulled over, it's 2 or more cops every single time. So, a part of these things, I just feel we should open up a conversation to acknowledge it and figure out how that's going to be better. Obviously, racial injustice exists if you're acknowledging it enough to get better training. No?
You know what, Jocelyn, thank you so much for your insight and for your comments, and we appreciate you calling in and engaging in the meeting. So thank you so much. Any other comments?
Okay. Is there a plan to answer those questions any further? Or?
I'm not exactly sure if you're asking regarding police, the way that our police operate, I cannot speak to that. I don't run the police department. I'm not sure the validity of your observations. I don't personally see that to be true, where 3 cop cars would pull over a man of color opposed to a white man. I mean, clearly that's your observation, and I respect that. But I don't have tangible evidence that that is true. So, I honestly don't know how to answer that. So I really have nothing further.
I've been working on a survey, and I'll continue to work on that. But there's more than just me that knows this to be true, and I guess we can continue to research that.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, and thanks again for calling in. Next caller, please.
All guests have been unmuted.
When they ask the question, she's not retarded. No, she's speaking the truth.
Did-
159%.
Does anyone else have a comment? Please state your name and your address, and please make your comment.
Yes, I would, my name is Lindsay Cohen. I'm at 319 Little Falls Road. My question is regarding the budget again, because we can't find it online. I haven't been able to find it as well. I just have a question regarding it. I don't know if the municipal budget is different than the Board of Ed budget, but were there any talks about a cut at all to the school system, so that remote learning is a possibility in the fall?
Mrs. Cohen, the municipal budget is different than the Board of Education budget. I wouldn't know about any cuts to the Board of Education budget at this point. You would have to contact them directly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And I do believe the Board of Ed meeting is tomorrow night, right? Yeah, just so you know, the Board of Ed meeting's tomorrow night.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have comment?
Yes, I have a comment. This is Vincent Valero, 92 The Fairway, Cedar Grove.
Hi, Vin, how are you?
Great. I would ask you that you can please mute everybody else so that I don't get interrupted.
Yes,
All guests have been muted.
we're working on
You
it.
can unmute your line by pressing *6.
Okay, Mr. Valero, go ahead.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks, everybody. Okay. These past few months have seen a rapid and tumultuous series of events, the likes of which we haven't seen before in the history of our country. There's a tremendous amount of information to absorb and digest in a short period of time. And naturally, this is going to lead to a lot of confusion and misinformation. So I would like to
to make a couple of statements to help clarify things, at least as they pertain to our local community. Number one, Cedar Grove is not a racist town. Racism exists the world over. Nobody disputes this, and people from all backgrounds, ethnicities, and skin colors have been known to be racist or espouse racist ideologies. However, to target a particular town and create a false narrative is a purely political ploy with a political agenda. Number two, the Cedar Grove Police Department is not a racist organization, does not condone racism, and does not have a, quote, systemic racism problem. Now, I know that nobody has explicitly said this about CGPD, at least not publicly, but it's definitely being intimated through inference, innuendo, and one-off anecdotes of unpleasant encounters with the police. This is the type of generalization and casting of aspersions that the protesters are supposed to be fighting against. I'm hoping that they will refine their message accordingly. Three, the overwhelming majority of Cedar Grove residents do not want to defund the police, abolish the police, or fundamentally reimagine or rebuild our police force. Having a bad encounter with the police does not automatically equate to systemic racism. There are a multitude of reasons why a person may have an unpleasant experience with police, and straight up racial prejudice or bigotry is the very rare exception, not the rule. The rhetoric on this topic has gotten far out of control, and people are losing their ability to think and speak reasonably. Everything has become hyperbole and demagoguery. We all need to collectively take a deep breath. And finally, number four, the citizens of this town don't need to be lectured, chastised, shamed, or told that they require some kind of remedial social education, simply because we don't toe the line of left-wing liberal dogma. Conservative people recognize that there are issues and problems that need solutions. We don't have blinders on, as some like to suggest. The fact is that we simply have a different point of view and different ideas on how to solve these problems. We should celebrate the diversity of thought and ideas and not seek to extinguish it, because it's vital to a healthy community. So thank you everyone for taking the time to listen to me. I really appreciate it. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much for calling in and for your comments. Do we have anyone else who would like to make comments?
All guests have been unmuted.
I would like to make a comment, if that's allowed again.
Just please state your name and your address, and we'll mute everyone else.
Yes, my name's Jocelyn Lemley. My address is 71 Westland Road.
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6.
Okay, go ahead.
So, you know, to the person who just spoke and to the council, I'd like to ask, you know, and I'd also first like to state that I don't necessarily view racism as left or right or Democratic or Republican, because I feel as though my comment was specifically addressed in some way. But I'd also like to say that I view racism as very real, as just very real in any town, but specifically in this town, I do feel that it just is abundantly clear to me that there is some more going on that simply needs to be addressed to be better. And my question is, you know, when talking about the police department, things like that, I mean, how many black people work for our police department? I'd really like to know that, because I'm pretty sure I've researched it and it's none.
Well, you are correct. It is none. And I do appreciate your opinion and your insight. Like we said before, just so you know, Jeff, this isn't a forum for debate, so we're not going to go back and forth with another person that called in. You make your comment, we digest your comment, we can carefully consider your comments, and that's what this forum is for. So again, I appreciate your comments and your insight. They are considered by all of us. And if you have anything else to say, please do. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next caller.
Deputy Mayor, I would just, as counsel to the borough, I'd like to note that the township is an equal opportunity employer. If it honors all legislative requirements with respect to equal opportunities for minorities. It's a very fair, open hiring process.
Thank you for that, Mr. Cimararo.
Why haven't any black people been hired?
It's who applies, there's a process, it's an equal opportunity employment, and I can't say why anyone hasn't. It's whoever applied and who received the job.
And Deputy Mayor, yeah, I'd just like to reiterate that the purpose of the public comment is not to have dialogue back and forth or pursue sequential questions along any particular
Right.
pattern. As you had indicated, it's not a debate forum, so
Okay,
I would suggest that that's improper for the public.
okay, okay,
As required by the Open Public Meetings Act.
right. Okay, does anyone else have any comment?
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6. All guests have been unmuted. All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6. All guests have been unmuted. All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6.
Are we muted or unmuted?
Good.
I don't know if we're unmuted or muted. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Jody Ledgeway. Hi, this is Jody Ledgeway from 35 Cedar Grove Parkway. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So I feel a little funny asking these questions because they're very light compared to the heavy conversation that just took place. But has any decision been made about the pool? Is my first question.
Yes, so our next meeting, we have a staff meeting, and we're going to be discussing the status of the pool, so we should have an answer to that by tomorrow, right? Yeah. So, well, you'll know by tomorrow what, we had a recommendation from our recreation director. We all have to discuss it as a council, and then we'll make a decision based on her recommendation. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
what about, yes, I'm sorry, one more follow-up. Any other recreation program decisions like the competition cheer program or anything else that the rec sponsors, football? Oh, no, football I don't think the rec sponsors, but any plans for any of the recreation-sponsored sports?
I don't know this, I mean, we're following the guidelines from the state, so.
At this point, it'll just be sports camps at this point. There'll be more camps.
Camps for the
that
summer.
are allowed based on the governor's guidelines at this point.
Yeah, I know the rec director is working on camps for the summer for the kids. So, but in terms of organized sports, I'm not sure that that's opening up just yet.
At this point, no team sports are allowed at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw something from the governor
Yes.
today that
Mhm.
announced plans for them to open up in July, so I was just curious if we're talking about that, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, do we have any more public comment? Anyone else wishing to speak?
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6. All guests have been unmuted.
Hi, I have a comment.
Oh, yes, can I please have your name and your address?
Hi, yes, Randy Victor at 27 Rose Terrace.
Okay, hi, how are you?
I didn't get the name.
Hi, good, how are you guys?
I'm good. You know what, I'm sorry, we just need your name again.
I'm sorry? Yeah.
All guests have been muted.
Okay, can I,
Unmute your line by pressing star 6.
can I please have your name again? I'm sorry.
Randy.
Hello?
Randy's her first.
Randy?
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can I please have your last name?
Yes, Victory, 27 Rose Terrace in Cedar Grove.
You got it. Okay, great. Thank you. Go ahead.
No problem. I just wanted to say, just in regards to the protest, that the purpose of the protest was never to abolish the police or to defund the police. I just wanted to just say that for the record. That was all.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Any other callers wishing to speak?
Mayor, I make a motion for adjournment on this particular meeting.
Okay.
Second.
Can I speak?
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, yep.
I was muted.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Just state your name and address, please, for the record.
Yes, my name is Francine Paesa. I'm at 8 Reservoir Place. And I'm actually glad that the young lady that just spoke did say that they didn't want to defund the police because they were standing in front of the police station, not this young lady, of course, but a bunch of people saying defund the police. And watching the news in the past, Washington, D.C., Black Lives Matter people defund the police. So it was confusing. So I'm glad because I would never want to defund a department that has been so good to me, to my family, to this community. And when you grow up in a small community like this, to know that, in one time, in one situation, my daughter was home by herself, and I was in New York City at a hospital, and on my way out of the tunnel, she calls me and says, Mom, there's someone in the house with me. Within me, I'm panicking, calling the Cedarville Police Department to tell them that there was someone in the house with my teenage daughter. They and about 10, maybe 11 vehicles were at my house in less than 1 minute. It was amazing. I will never forget the time my 18-month-old, had a seizure, and they were there in less than 1 minute. It's just the feeling of it is like nothing when you're from a small community with a department that cares, So I want to thank the chief, who, if he is on the line right now, thank you, chief, for all you and your department does, and thank you, town council. And that's it.
Thank you very much. And yep, the chief is actually here with us. And I agree with you. I've also had circumstances where the police have been there in less than a minute. They are always there for every single one of us. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. When we're all having a holiday dinner, the police are on the roads ensuring that we are all safe. They go above and beyond time and time again, and I couldn't agree with you more. And thank you very much for your comment. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, does anyone else have any comments?
Hi, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, please just state your name and your address.
Sir, my name is Myra. I live at 76 Old Orchard Court.
Okay, I just need your last name, please.
Medina?
What is it?
Medina.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
I've actually, I've had both experiences, bad and good, with the police department here in this town ever since we moved here. But my suggestion, and I don't even know if you already do this, but I'm just wondering, do you guys have like a community day in some sense where police officers and the fire department included as well come out and meet families, like have like a picnic or something like that? Because it's my understanding, new families are coming into town and they're moving in, and it's also good to build that community relationship. Is that something that
Right.
in the past or will continue to be done?
Yes, so every year the police, and I'm sorry you didn't know about this because it's a huge event. Every year, it's usually the first Tuesday, I think, in August. Our police department runs National Night Out. They serve the community, they cook for us and serve us food, and they have lots of programs. It's in Community Park. And they have, everybody's there, the fire department, the rescue squad, all our volunteer organizations in town. And it's we have a petting zoo, and the police serve us food and drinks, and they engage and they speak with all the members of the community, and it's a really, really nice night out. We also have officers that have programs, lead officers in the school that engage with the children, so the children have, they're familiar with the police and the process. And, you know, I know that the cops, just even driving around town when kids are playing basketball or whatever, they engage. They're super friendly, and they're just great to the community. So those are a few things that we do, that our police department, does for this community. Does that answer your question? Oh, okay. All right. Anybody else? Any other comment?
Hi, I'm sorry, I have one more. This is Cassie Cosby. I'm at 219 Stevens.
Okay, hi.
I'm just following up on the last question. We've been here 8 years and we've never been told about this event. How is that advertised?
It's advertised on the town website, the rec department, on social media. It's posted in the paper. Tap Into does an article on it every year. It's posted everywhere. And it's been going on for many, many years. I think 20 years. So it's an event that...
We've never, I mean, I'm on all the Facebook pages, I'm on everything, and I don't know, maybe somehow I just completely was oblivious to it, but I've never seen it, we've never heard about it, our neighbors haven't spoken to us about it.
Okay.
It's called National Night Out.
Mailer could go out.
It's called National Night Out because it's actually done across the nation. On this night, all police agencies do this. It's not even specific to Cedar Grove. So and you're supposed to leave your porch light on. It's not even just Cedar Grove. So it's like in the news. It's on the media. It's,
Okay, so
yeah.
it's National Night Out, it's not, okay, got it.
Okay.
Understood.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do we have any other callers that would like to comment? No? Okay, I thank... Hello?
Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Renee Machado, 101 Lakewood Avenue.
Hi.
I have a question about, I guess, education.
Okay, we're just going to mute the other callers. Give me 1 second. Renee, what's the last 4 digits of your number? 9078.
All guests have been muted.
Oh.
You can unmute your line by pressing star 6.
Okay, Renee, sorry about that. Go ahead. Renee? Is she unmuted? Okay, Renee, we're trying to find your number. Hang on to unmute you. I'm sorry. We're just little technical difficulties.
9078.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to unmute everybody? And
All guests have been unmuted.
Renee? Is Renee there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry. What is the last 4 digits of your number again, Renee?
6968.
6968. Okay, we're looking for you so we can unmute you and mute everybody else. I'm sorry, just bear with us. It's a little...
Guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6.
Did you find her, Jeff? Okay, Renee, you can go ahead.
Hello?
Hi. Go ahead, Renee.
Hello?
Hello?
I have a question, and I don't know if this is a municipal or board of ed. I think it might be both. I know that police officers go into the schools and speak to students about staying away from drugs and that sort of thing. I'm wondering if there's a program that can be or is in effect for police officers to go into the schools and talk about racism and how to, basically about racism. Is that something that exists or could exist, or something that the Cedar Grove community can do?
This is Tom Tucci, I'm the town manager. I know the school system is discussing these programs right now as we speak. I think you're going to see these type of programs in the future. Right now, are there police officers going into schools speaking about racism? The answer is no to that. They are talking about drugs and other social issues, but you're going to see that coming down the pike in the near future.
That's good to hear, thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
I think it would have a huge impact coming from the police officers in the community to our children.
Yep, that's great. Thank you so much for that. Okay, do we have any other callers that would like to make a comment?
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6. All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6. All guests have been unmuted. All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6.
Okay. Are we unmuted?
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6. All guests have been unmuted.
Okay, does anyone else have any comment?
I have a comment.
Okay,
Your name is Marjorie Fernandez.
Marjorie Fernandez. Okay, Marjorie, what's the last 4 digits of your number? 2601. Okay, we're just going to mute everyone and then unmute you.
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing star 6.
Okay, Marjorie, can you please just state your full name, well, Marjorie Fernandez, and your address, please?
Sure, it's Marjorie Fernandez, 86 Sherman Avenue.
Okay, hi, go ahead.
Hi, I just wanted to make a comment about the protest or the march. I call it a march. I think it was done in a very peaceful way. I haven't spoken to anybody that's against the Cedar Grove Police. We appreciate our blue families. They do a great job to keep our town safe. So I really don't think it's anything against the police. We don't want anyone to feel that way. And that's why we just want an open dialogue. I was wondering if maybe there's a way that the people that have felt that they haven't been treated fairly or that the town is not being open to them, maybe there can be a town hall or something so they can express and be an open dialogue because they're also part of the community. I've lived here in Cedar Grove for 17 years and I've had a great experience, but I've also heard from many people that have not. So I think it's important to hear them out because they're also part of our community. And they should be able to raise their voice.
Right. Well, thank you for those comments. And, I believe open dialogue is always important, and we're always open to have discussions. As Mr. Tucci said, there's programs being implemented. We, as a council, are also, we made an open statement the other night on how we feel, and we would never want any person who lives in this community to, not feel welcomed to have any kind of dialogue. So, you can always call in. When we have meetings in person again, you can always come to meetings, and we would be happy to have that dialogue with you. We're all available via cell phone. If you ever wanted to have a conversation, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. Anything that we can do to help every single one of our community members feel welcomed. Everybody's a part of our community. We would never, that's just the way we operate. Everybody here is equal and regarded and welcomed to every single thing that this town has to offer. So I thank you for your comments, and they're very much appreciated, and I look forward to, talking to you if you ever would like to talk.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do we have,
This is Marcy Siegel.
okay, can I please have your address?
37 Laura Drive.
Okay, hi, how are you?
Great, thank you. We've lived here in town for 22, 23 years, and we've never had a problem with the Cedar Grove Police. As a matter of fact, I think they've gone well over and above. We've had them out to our home for numerous things, as well as 12 years ago we had a house fire, and they could not have been more accommodating and more wonderful to deal with. I also want to say that although, there's a lot going on in the world right now, my feeling with Cedar Grove Police is it's not anti-police, it's anti-police brutality, and I'm very, very pro Cedar Grove Police. I just want it known that I feel they're doing an exceptional job, yet everybody has room for improvement, doesn't matter what job you're in, there's room for improvement. But I've never, I just want to say how fortunate we are to have the officers that we do have.
Thank you so much for those comments, and they're very, very much appreciated, and I agree with you. So thank you, and I appreciate you calling in. Okay. Is that it?
Adjourn.
Okay. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
Mayor, I make a motion to adjourn.
What? Oh, okay. I'm going to close that portion of the meeting, and number 5 is adjournment. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved, Mayor.
Second?
Second, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. The meeting is adjourned, and we will now go into our staff meeting.